Hi, I'm EVD, creator and founder of The Authentic Hustle. So it's almost mid-January and a lot of us are thinking about what we're going to be doing for the year and also rolling our eyes at people's Facebook posts because we're tired of hearing about how this year is going to be the year and things like that. And I know a lot of you are definitely like in planning mode, but there are also a lot of you that are also like, I don't do New Year's resolutions. So I've created a worksheet called 12 Questions for the New Year. And so I think that something like this is really important because there are so many reasons why we might be anti-resolution and we also might be anti-goal setting because most of those reasons have a lot to do with the fact that we are worried about setting ourselves up for failure or disappointing ourselves or not achieving those goals or getting too excited and things like that. Now, while there are tons of reasons why we don't actually follow through and complete our goals, one of them has to do with not knowing our baseline, not taking the time to actually reflect and even see where we're starting from. What happened last year? What did we do? What was awesome? What was not awesome? And so that's what this worksheet helps you do. So one of the first things that I think is important is the top where it has all of the different categories. So yes, I talk about health. I talk about relationships. I go into spirituality and faith and religion and even finances, business and career, your environment and your home, all the way down to community, philanthropy, and giving back. Why is this important? This is important because a lot of times we think about our goals in a way that is compartmentalized, and that is problematic because usually when we are not combining and thinking about our whole selves, like our life and our business or our life and our careers, that's where the problems start, and we realize that we have conflicting needs and wants and we're not taking our whole selves into account. So that's why that's important. Now, next, I also want to talk about going into all of these questions. So first you have what were the wins and what were the challenges? That's huge. Then we go into relationships and support and things like who in your life lights you up? Who has been draining you? Who do you need to forgive? Who do you need to fess up to? Right? Really big questions. And then in terms of personal development, we go into what parts of yourself do you want to expand and strengthen? And then also what actions or behavior did you engage in the previous year that you're not so proud of? Lastly, in terms of your intentions for the new year, we go into what do you want more of? What could you use less of? And also how do you want to feel? And who do you want to become? So yeah, it's only 12 questions. There are a bunch of categories. However, this worksheet will not take you 20 minutes. So in order to be successful, even in just completing something like this worksheet and going through these questions, I highly suggest the following. 1, set aside the time, right? Go ahead, grab your tea, give yourself an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, however much time you think you need to yourself. Create the space and dive in. Next, make sure that when you're engaging in this process of answering these questions, you grab your calendar, maybe an old plan that you made or any old resolutions or anything related to that. Get your Pinterest board up, your vision board, any planning sheets that you have from the previous year so you can actually see, oh yeah, this happened. Oh yeah, that happened. Sometimes I even go through my iPhone photo album so I'm reminded of, oh, that's what I did in January. Oh yeah, I did that cool thing or I went there. And I think that's really important. Next, make sure that you have a comfortable space where you will not be interrupted every 5 minutes. Even put your phone on Do Not Disturb. That'll really help. And then also, don't just grab a notebook or don't just grab your laptop. Get fun with like sticky notes and colorful paper or whiteboards or markers and things like that. Get in there and make it creative when you're answering these questions because that'll be a lot more fun and it'll get the juices flowing in your brain. And then I also highly suggest a playlist. Get music that's awesome so you can really create the environment for thinking and reflection. And obviously, we are taking into account the entire year and it will take some time, but this is one small part of engaging in a future habit of doing a regular assessment each month. So you don't have to take a 10-hour thing at the end of the year or the beginning of the next year to reflect on the previous one, and you'll actually have an idea of how things went. So also, for those of you who think that they don't have the time, the 1 hour block, the 2 hour block, the 3 hour block, you can even take these questions and divide them up by categories. So maybe one day you focus just on two of the first two questions, or then another day you set a timer for 30 minutes and you focused on 4 questions in relationships and support. So I would love to get your feedback on what it's like for you to be filling this out and what comes up for you, and all of the things that happened in between. So definitely go to evdconsulting.com/blog/12 questions and leave your comments there. Want to get started but don't have a worksheet? Go to evdconsulting.com/blog/12 questions today and get your free download.